Become a member in the description box below. You know, Donald Trump loves himself an executive order. I'd say he never met an executive order he didn't like to sign. Trump signed an executive order today to lift military gear ban for local police. Because we all know, we sit around going, man, if those cops just had more guns, we'd be so much safer. The executive order the president will sign today will ensure that you can get the life-saving gear that you need to do your job and send a strong message that we will not allow criminal activity, violence, and lawlessness to become a new normal, said Jeff Beauregard Sessions. You know, he says right there in his statement, it's to send a message. Who is he sending a message to? Come on now. I know these are GED level questions, but I'd like you to answer. Who do you think he's sending a message to? Civil rights groups swiftly blasted the equipment policy shift Monday, saying the Obama-era guidelines were critical to rebuilding trust with communities of color. I don't know about that. I don't know if the gear ban built trust. That's what I'm saying. You know, I think there's a lack of trust. And I think having militarized police just makes the trust less trustful. Of course, the National Fraternal Order of Police applauded the news, and the group's president, Chuck Canterbury, explained that the FOP has been working to roll back Obama's restrictions since the day they were announced. The previous administration was more concerned about the image of law enforcement being too militarized than they were about our safety. You know, to me, this comes down to so many different issues. Let's dissect a couple of them. First of all, how much does this military equipment make police officers more safe? Just a question. Have we compared how safe police officers are based on the equipment that they have? I thought most police deaths were due to auto accidents. Maybe that's why they want MRAPs. Do you know what's included in the equipment ban list that now has been unbanned? A lot of stuff. Tracked armored vehicles. That's vehicles that don't have wheels but roll on tracks. You want that in your neighborhood? Weaponized aircraft. You need that to get, I don't know, Daquan off the block? I mean, that's what it's for. Firearms of 50 caliber or higher. Ammunitions of 50 caliber or higher. Have you seen a 50 caliber bullet? Oh boy. That's a big one right there. Cancel Christmas. Oh, and what else do we have on the list? Grenade launchers. Yeah. Comes in handy while doing traffic stops. No-knock warrants. On the wrong residence. Folks, policing should be, the final say in what is adequate for policing should be left up to the people that they are policing. If not, you have yourself a police state. You want a police state? I also want to shed light on who was the grand individual who laced us with the 1033 program, which is the program that authorized the release of military-grade equipment to local law enforcement. And that person would be none other than the first black president, Bill Clinton. It was created under President Bill Clinton by the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 1997. Bill Clinton's the one who opened the floodgates on militarizing the police. And I don't know why anyone's surprised. I keep telling y'all Bill Clinton did nothing but roll back and hurt black folks and poor folks in all communities. Trump's just getting us back to where Clinton already had us. You know, to me, this comes down to something very basic. If you believe that police are going to be coming in your neighborhood with tanks, MRAPs, grenade launchers, .50 caliber bullets that rip through buildings, basically, you probably would have a problem with it. But as long as you think that that's going to happen in someone else's community, too many of us are like, cool. I'd prefer that we didn't have militarized equipment in this country against our citizens. Now, if you can somehow prove to me that this equipment won't be used by good old boys who are having a good time, of course you want to pull out the fancy equipment, but is it necessary? And it's not about, is there a cost associated? What about the moral impact? What about the emotional impact of seeing that type of equipment actively being used? I think that's a form of terror itself. I mean, if you're saying, well, we want to equip ourselves for terrorism, there's an ongoing terror. There would be terror in the neighborhood of seeing that type of equipment on a daily basis or whenever. There's a potential to use it whenever you want. You know, if Charlottesville taught us anything, and I hope it has, it should have taught us at least one thing. It should have taught us that it's not about the equipment that the police have, but the directives that they are given. Charlottesville was not a lack of police armaments. It was a lack of leadership and directives for the police to stop the violence. You can't get that on surplus. You got to get that through leadership. I'm Tim Black. Subscribe to this channel. Become a Patreon at patreon.com. Tim's Take Live. Email me anytime. Tim@timblacktv.com. Become a member of my Wolf Pack. We howling.